Okay, well, hello everybody, and welcome back to episode 10 of Attempt 33, a vintage story wilderness survival permadeath, complete with continents, islands, and oceanic exploration. So far, the series has been going on for 30 hours, and believe it or not, we could easily hit the 90-hour mark before we even come close to beating the story and accomplishing the game. So, today, since I found a good mod for the acquisition of quicklime for making mortar to build our house, we're going to start focusing on building our house, a homestead that we can be proud of. Now, we've made a lot of progress toward that already. As you can see, we got a beautiful fireplace here. Everything looks glorious, right? Wonderful workshop, but we will need to do more work to it. So, we are going to. We're going to add to the homestead. I might want to go get some more iron at this point. Our greenhouses are all done. So we'll have a extended growing season. Not by much, but it will be extended. I tried to think about what I might do to change this pattern on the central one, but I couldn't really come up with anything. The rooftop, right? Like, I kind of want a different roof pattern on that. Not really sure what to do, but it doesn't matter for now. A lot of these cranberry bushes are in the next stage of growth. Matures in 24 days. Yeah, it's gonna take a while. Okay. We're gonna need to start a new batch of leather here soon. Okay. Well, now that we have the quicklime, let's get mixing. Right here. So we're gonna need some water in a barrel, I think. I'll grab one of these, since they're not all in use. Holy shit, dude. Okay. All right, let's see what we can do with this quicklime. We need to make slaked lime for mortar. So that's going to require 1 liter of water for every 4 quicklime. So I'm going to want 12 liters of water in there. And then 48 quicklime. I think that's the biggest batch I can do. Right? I need my bowl. Holy shit, dude. That's an unbelievable amount of shit. All right. We do have more quicklime coming in. So divisible by 4 would be probably 60 quicklime, which would require 15 liters of water. We'll grab our bowl. That's gonna allow me to make more precise water deposits in the barrel. Okay. There we go, 60 liters of slaked lime. Now with that, I'm gonna need to add sand. We're gonna get a lot of mortar. Right as soon as I add sand, it's done. So we need 1 sand per liter, which means we need like 60 sand. I guess we'll have to just get out there and try to gather it, eh? Let's leave home for a second. I'm gonna have to find a beach or something. And I might want to get chat ready. It's been a while. It goes well, Snap. It goes pretty well, buddy. How are you doing today, huh? Day 3 without a smoke. Day 3. Oh, wow. Okay. It appears there might be... Oh, there's sand right here in the water. All right, let's grab 60 sand. We're at 39, 40 sand so far. Okay, we have enough. Let's go make all of that mortar. You had another black screen today. Hope it's not hardware related. Well, from what I understand, if you don't often get black screen with like a faulty GPU, for example, what you get is like tearing, right? Certain textures and resolutions will tear. I think it probably is a software thing. It's just, yeah, that's my personal bias though, because I got a software thing a long time ago, and it was very similar to what you've described. All right, there we go. We have 240 mortar. Very nice. We can use that for all sorts of useful shit. We're gonna want to make a bunch of fire clay bricks, and we're also gonna want to try to make like these cream bricks. Grab some water. You took your whole PC apart and cleaned it? Holy shit, buddy. Well, I mean, at the very least, if you get another black screen problem now, then you'll know it's not really a hardware issue, since you cleaned everything up. All right, let's put the bowl down right here. There's a lot of fucking monsters around right now. I'm not exactly getting a moment to myself, but at least we managed to make the mortar, so we're already winning today. I'm gonna need to gather a whole bunch of the blue clay in the area. We have a massive field of blue clay over there, but very little storage space for it. I'm gonna sleep. Make sure we have some daylight to work in. Okay. Well, let's go grab some of that blue clay. I at least have the chest on my back that I can use to loot dump it. However, I might want my backup shovel. I have a second shovel made, and we're definitely going to be breaking the first shovel. So let's go get it. Any medium hides that I could hunt while we're gone, I will try to get, because we need to start our next batch of leather. I believe our third batch. For that, I need 7 more medium hides. So, backup shovel. There it is. Oh wow, I already passed it. That blue clay is extremely close to home. Massive field of it. There's more down there. Maybe I should grab up these smaller patches before I go terraforming the space around my base. I'm gonna want to make sure I have dirt to fill in whatever I hollow out. So we'll continue southwest here. It gives us more chances to find animals and get leather anyway. Nice. Not exactly any medium hides there, but if I can get 4 more large hides, that's the same thing. And we'll be able to start that last batch. Let's try to get some cranberries. I'm still trying to finish 1 more barrel of wine. Hello, Zelfer. Hello. Welcome back. It's good to see you again today. You prepared for more adventure or what? Okay. No cranberries here. We're nearing one of those blue clay deposits. We're gonna get pretty gather happy here in a second. We are getting some cranberries out here. This is nice. Okay, yeah, that might even allow us to finish our batch of wine. Waiting for the hide in adventure. We made mortar today, so I'm about to start building our house. We need to make a beehive kiln for firing bricks, and I need to make sure I have a lot of blue clay. Our first iron shovel finally broke. I actually quenched this one, so I have more mining speed on it. I guess very high is like a level between high and apocalyptic. Maybe it's new. Day 3. Day 3 with no smoking. It's getting easier, and I think the swelling in my throat is going down. I'm monitoring it closely though. I took another cold shower this morning. It's 3 days in a row. It's helping me to quit, helping me to get through it. Oh yeah, we're doing good on the blue clay already. I might want to grab 60 more sand. Eventually, I will need it when we're making another batch of mortar. It looks like this blue clay just spans underneath the sand. If I get 120 sand, I'll never need to worry about it again. Well, possibly not for an extremely long time. Okay. Thank you, thank you. It's funny, but I remember the first week being harder. I think that because of the throat problem, the swelling in the throat, it's like I'm more worried about that, so it's making it a little easier. And I've been praying hard. Yeah, it could be that God's helping too. Just numbing it a little bit. Or a lot of it. Alright, we have to deposit our shit. Put the chest on the ground. I'd like to get at least 8 stacks of blue clay. And I'm gonna want to finish that second stack of sand to make sure we have it for more mortar later. I guess quitting smoking is a lot easier when you have something to hold on to, and I think Vintage Story is a really big part of that. Having this playthrough, being able to keep on building the homestead, it's helping a lot for keeping me sane. Let's eat. I love having meat in those pie slices. That's completely new. The amount of hunger freeze I'm getting is way better than it's ever been. Anyway, we're good. We now have 8 stacks of blue clay. That's all we're gonna gather for now. So, we're gonna head back home, but I'm gonna finish this stack of sand on the way. And I'll try to find more cranberries too, so we can finish that last batch of wine. There we go. I never took a cutting from this one, but I am running out of space for cuttings, right? Yeah, you shouldn't even, I've learned that you shouldn't even look for berries on the vine. What you're looking for is the word ripe at the top of the screen. That's what you're looking for. A lot of bushes here that I never found before. Right? Nice. We are definitely finishing that batch of wine. I'm happy to say it's happening. It's about time too, because the spoil timer is halfway expired on the wine already. Well, the juice. You start out with 20 days, we're at like 8 days now. Anyway, I think there was another bush here that I can take a cutting from. Thought I saw one. Maybe not. All right, let's go. Right. Ripening. Wonderful, 80 berries. Okay. There's more up here. Sweet. Okay. One more over here. Actually, there's 2 more I have to try to get, I think. We barely have any more room for more cranberry plants, unless I think of something else. All right, let's go home. We did well. The windmill points the way. Kind of want to try reloading my chat. I'm tired of the view counter always being bugged out. It's annoying. Yeah, this program is far from stable. Oh, yeah, it just crashed the pages that I had opened. It can't even open them. Crazy. All right, well, at least now I have the view counters that I wanted, so we're good. And it's working. Okay. I'm working on a new row, which I'll have to double up on both sides. For now, let's go make that wine. No baby yet. No baby goat. Fucking portal right in front of my door. And a temporal storm is now approaching. Majora's Mask wallpaper on my desktop? Yes, it is, buddy. The oil painting? I love it. Hauntingly beautiful. Reminds me of when I was a kid and I used to play it. Okay, there's another batch of wine. Seal it. And I guess continue the next batch. Yeah, get started on it. I do miss how accessible berries used to be. Berries used to be everywhere. Control click lets you put a full stack into the press. Okay, fair enough. I'll try that next time. Thank you. We're 12 liters of the way toward our next batch. There we go. We have the sand. Deposit the bones, flax fibers. I got 2 large hides and 2 pieces of fat. Deposit the meat. We're producing rot right here. Storage issues. All right, well, you know what? We won't keep that piece of low fertility soil. We'll just deposit these. God, so many rifts. I think we're good in here as far as like creature spawns go. However, I had an idea yesterday and I'd like to try it. You know how yesterday we could hear the rain volume in here as though we were outside? It has to do with this block right here because it's not technically a full block. But I had an idea, and that idea was, what if I go all the way to the very top of the windmill and place a block on top of the middle of the large gear wheel? Because technically that would count as just a really high roof for the tile, right? Can you bring bushes you find in the wild home? Yes, you can. Yeah. I've been working on building a large cranberry farm so that we'll have an easier time making wine in the future. All right, so we're going to place that block right there. And we're gonna try that out and see if it stops the rainfall noises when we're inside our workshop. It should work, theoretically. It counts as a roof block. This one just doesn't right here. I love that you can add a block covering, though. That's new, and it is welcomed. I'm gonna start making what I'll need for the next batch of leather. Okay, so we're gonna need some borax powder, which we have right here, 60 of it. And then I also need more oak wood than this. We're gonna have to go cut down an oak tree. There we go. There's our lime water. All right, let's go find and cut down an oak tree. Preferably not this one, although we do have more oaks growing right here, so I could cut it down, no harm, no foul. But let's try to find one a little deeper in the woods if I can. One that we wouldn't miss visually speaking. Although I ain't seeing much. We got a lot of maples in the area, but... I guess we're just cutting down that one over there. Oh my god, look at all these. What the fuck, dude? It's like an army of zombies coming out of the forest, dude. I honestly don't know how the hell I'm going to cut down an entire tree with... I can't. I can't. They're literally driving me back. Yeah, I can't cut down a tree with all these guys around. It's just not gonna happen. So we'll have to work on the rest of our shit later. It just can't be done. There's too much activity. I suppose we could just go to sleep and then wait out the storm. I would like to have something to do, though, during the storm. I need to eat. Let's grab these slices of pie that we have in here. I don't need to make more pie yet. I would like to have more meat for it anyhow. I'll process those lumps of fat. Maybe here, let's take the spelt grain and grind it into more flour. Freaks in the house. This is done now. Let's remove all the fuel. I kind of completely forgot about that. but it's all right. I need a gate. That way I'll be able to fight monsters in there. Jesus. Well, we have some quicklime now. Enough for another batch. I'm gonna bring 4 rusty gears to the trader, and he should theoretically reveal to me the location of a treasure hunter trader. Apparently that's how that works. Let's start processing this stuff first, though. Jesus, look at all the heat out here. Endless monsters. Okay, so I should have a treasure hunter marker on the map somewhere. I have no idea where. Oh, wait, okay, I have a map. Approximate location added to your world map. There, so that's a treasure hunter trader. All right, fair enough. So we know where to go when I want to get like a quest or a job. Nice. Oh my god, dude. This is unbelievable. I don't think I've ever seen this many monsters at one time before. Let's water the crops. All right. Jesus. That was insane. Right, I have to try to make a whetstone to increase my critical hit chance with my sword. I haven't really explored that mechanic yet. Anyway, we only have 2 hours, so let's water this shit quickly. I might want to craft another couple of storage chests and move some things into the warehouse that are regularly used. Like, I should have fire clay in there for reinforcing the durability of my smelting shit, you know? Oh, the rift activity is low too. That's crazy. Wait, did that just happen? Okay. Maybe that explains why it's quieter now. Maybe I can cut down that oak tree. No, probably not. Let's eat. I got an hour and a half to do the rest of this. All right, there we go. We got an hour before the storm starts. Let's get out of here. Jesus. I was a little too close to that portal. I don't need the watering can. We're gonna leave it right here. I think this map is useless now, but I might hang on to it. Maybe we can put it in a trophy case as a decoration or something. Running out of time. Okay, 64 slaked lime, and then I put 64 sand in there, and we have 256 additional mortar. Bound to come in handy. Yeah, we have 500 mortar. We're good on mortar for a while. A heavy temporal storm is now imminent. All right. We don't have much that we can do for the storm, but I can try to just kill creatures the whole time. We have a little fighting position here, and I can use it. And this area should be completely spawn-proof. It happened when I was watering the first greenhouse, eh? Okay, fair enough. Wow, that just used 2 bandages. I gotta figure out how that happens. So far, it seems pretty quiet here. Not much going on. first victim. Yeah, as long as I'm saving up some free flax fibers, then I'm cool with the night. We need those, you know? The flax harvests have been so heavily nerfed, it's like requisite to farm these guys now. The grinding wheel. I need to make a grindstone. But apparently I can only make it out of sandstone? That's kind of weird. Why is that? Oh, okay, wait, no. It looks like it allows the use of any type of sedimentary rock. So I can make a chert grinding wheel if I want. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so we're gonna craft that pretty soon. Temporal gear and a flax fiber. Nice. That guy's got a fucking max hit of 30. Nightmare Drifter. It's 20 normally, but 30 on Wilderness Survival. That's why he one-hit killed us last time. Step into my office. 6 flax fibers. I feel like Weather the Storm mechanics have to be made vanilla. You know, just having light levels prevent drifter spawns. Whenever your community, the community for your game has a consensus on something, I feel like the devs should just yield to it, right? Like, nobody likes temporal storms in vanilla because you can just have a bellhead shiver spawn in your house and one-shot you. Nobody's playing that, right? Most people either shut them off or they mod them like I do. And I feel like when you have a situation like that, you should just listen to the consensus and just give into it, right? Let's eat. When this storm is over, we're gonna think about constructing our beehive kiln. I still have some fire clay here, like a lot of it, but I googled beehive kiln so I could try to find out how many materials it needs. Okay, we'll need some more iron for sure. $55 brick blocks. Well, we have the mortar now, so we can make them. Nice, I got him to drop a temporal gear. So far, my yield, my earnings for the temporal storm are 10 flax fibers and 2 temporal gears. Oh god, don't do that. Fucking create a spawn point right there. That one moment of darkness could kill me. Alright, the temporal storm is waning. We got so many kills, we're still at like 93% temporal stability. We preserved a lot of our sanity. Almost done. Let's immediately get started on making the beehive kiln. I'll need to figure out where it's going though. I was thinking if the house is gonna be over here, maybe the beehive kiln could just be somewhere around the house, right? We have the workshop here, the farm down there, the house right here, so anything like this whole area we can use for whatever. Okay. And I think I'd like to attach a cellar to the workshop here. Yeah. A simple enough task if I just make more chert cobblestone. However, what's required for making the chert grinding wheel? Okay, I need a rock and then hammer and chisel, so no worries. I can use all this stone. Nice. All right, so let's get started on a better cellar. We have our kitchen over here. We should have our cellar over here too. And I'm thinking the wine cellar, we'll do a big cellar with enough room for all of our wine. I had my tool rack over there. If I rotated it, have the forge right there, the bellows right here, and the anvil, forge, bellows. Could do it. Anvil, where would the water go? The water, I think I'll move right here. Okay. So I'll leave this the way it is, I think. I don't know. We'll consider moving some stuff around. It's also possible that if the kitchen's over here, maybe I could slip a door in here that leads to the cellar, right? I'm thinking right here would be a good place to have a door into a cellar. So maybe we'll reconsider building it right here. Build it on the other side, closer to the water, right? We're gonna hang up our tools again. Fix all of this back to the way that it was. Grab that, get rid of it. Retrieve these. I'm gonna have to get more oak wood very shortly. Okay. Fixed. And then move that back here. Yeah, we'll have a cellar right here, just about. I am gonna need a little bit more dirt for terraforming purposes, however. I've been thinking about getting rid of this hill for a while. Maybe now's the time. I just gotta cut this sucker down. All right. Now, I know that building certain wooden structures can actually disrupt the effectiveness of your cellar, but I don't think that wooden slabs are included in that list. So I could have like a nice oak wood floor in the cellar, I think. I'm gonna have to harvest all the stone in the way here. Right, I still have that chest on my back containing 8 stacks of blue clay. Oh, buddy. We're gonna have too much fucking dirt. But you know what? I might even make another reed chest just to hold all of our dirt. Or, like I said, I could just use some of our bronze nails, make a couple more chests. We got more space in the base now. Once we move, we're gonna make the double-sized trunks, but I can't move those with the carry-on mod, so I'm not gonna craft them yet. Apparently, you can toggle moving those in the config, but I've never figured out how to do it. I'm too stoops. All right. I think we're gonna flatten this all out. And this is where we're gonna put the cementation furnace for the steel production, as well as the beehive kiln for colored bricks. A lot of people think that you should use like refractory bricks for the beehive kiln, but in my experience, man, you have an entire week of use before your blocks can even get damaged, right? So like, you have like 168 hours before any of the blocks can get damaged. And they're really easy to replace by that point. You're probably not even gonna use your first week of beehive kiln lifespan, really, because like it only takes what, 10 hours to make blue clay bricks or something. It's pretty easy to get ahead very quickly with that. Do I want to harvest all of this and flatten it out? I think I do. I mean, if I left a little hill there, you know. But yeah, we'll flatten out a little plot around here. I could use the dirt anyway. Okay. We'll move the wine cellar and deconstruct it after I've built the new walk-in cellar. There we go. Now we just gotta break all this. I think I still have iron for making another pickaxe. I might want to make sure of that first, though, before I break this pickaxe. Yeah, I have 5 iron ingots, so we're good. Terraforming is an important part of building any base. We're gonna finish building the windmill later, like the tower, right? We're gonna do chirp cobblestone walls, but then we're also gonna use glass to make just ornate designs in the shaft going up so that it's better to look at night. We're gonna put lanterns in there and it'll illuminate from inside the windmill and you'll be able to see it from far away in the dark, like a beacon home. Hello, Etienne. Hello, buddy. It's been a hot minute. How are you doing? Etienne the Bounty Hunter. Man, I miss Darkest Dungeon for that. I would go back to Darkest Dungeon in a heartbeat one of these days. Just the simple fact that I was able to name heroes after audience members made it way funner. All right, now let's make another chest. I have 18 nails here. I think I only really need one more. Okay. We're gonna have to put these back down, but we have more inventory space to go around now for construction. Oh, we're doing okay, buddy. We're doing okay. I was smoking cigarettes for a while, but I'm quitting now. I'm on day 3 of quitting. I got a lump in my throat right here, kind of like under my chin. And it could just be a swollen lymph node, but it could also be cancer, so I'm kind of scared straight, you know what I mean? You've been doing your own permadeath the past couple of weeks. Warm climate, hunter class, all vanilla. You finished lamellar armor and just found iron. Lamellar armor is a lot of work. Oh, a relic from World Gen? Are you talking the block with the question mark on it? Yeah, I've seen a couple of those ever since the 1.22 update. All right, so the cellar. We're gonna want to get started on building that now, so I can move everything over there. Let's grab our chert cobblestone. How do I want to go about this, huh? Let's make some oak. I need oak wood. We're gonna first need to make sure we have some oak. So let's cut down this oak tree over here. We're not gonna need nearly as much wood as we needed for our greenhouses, mind you. It'll be more tame than that. After 30 years, eh, Etienne? It is hard, buddy. It is, but I mean, I haven't been doing it for 30 years, so it's easier for me, right? I've only been smoking for a few months. Yeah, I've always made sure since like my mid-20s that if I have a smoking phase, it doesn't last more than like 6 months. That way it's easier to quit, you know, like quit while I'm ahead type thing. All right, we have just under 60 oak wood. Let's eat. That should be enough oak wood for whatever base work we'd like to do now. So let's go grab our saw, make some oak planks. We don't need many. I'll make like, yeah, 12 helpings, and then we'll keep the saw on us in case we need more. So I have to make oak stairs, I believe. Also an oak door. Where's the stairs, huh? Right here. And I could do some chisel work to those stairs to make the steps less abrupt. I think I will. We'll grab our hammer and QP chisel. All right. There we go. Now we have more leveled out stairs, right? Really easy. Really easy to make that look a little bit better. I'll break those. And then we have to replace this block right here with chert. And then... maybe I should actually build it out this way. Hang on. 7 by 7 by 7 blocks in size is the maximum. All right, well, you know what? So 7 by 7 is the interior space, which means I can have one more row right here. And then steam engines and railways? God damn. That sounds pretty crazy. Is there a goal or is it pure survival? There's a whole bunch of story missions that you can do, yeah. And it's a really difficult game. Permadeath, I could have like a 90-hour playthrough in this, but die any step of the way. Yeah, there's monsters like eldritch horrors that can just fuck you right up, you know? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. Wrap that up right there. This should be an appropriate size and still work. We're within the 7x7 frame. All right, let's seal it up. I am gonna need more of this cobblestone for the roof though. I'm all out. So we're gonna need more quarry work done. Which shouldn't take too long. Put the saw up there, put the chisel down here. More dirt for the dirt chest. Got more oak. And let's add the door. This way, I'll be able to get into the cellar from the house, which is gonna be like right here, or from the workshop, right? Like I can have both. Yeah. That won't work. Let's put the door up here. Yeah. We've begun a much better cellar attached to the kitchen. All right, now we need to go out there and we need to do some mining, but that is going to require another pickaxe, so I better get busy on making one. And we've used a lot of our Falk's blade and shovel. I might want to make another one of those as well. In fact, I think I'll make 2 pickaxes. All right, let's heat these up. What's on my wish list for Vintage Story? I wanted bears to be nerfed. Brown bears specifically. Black bears have always been fine. Same with polar bears. They have slow movement speed, so they're easy to melee. But yeah, now we can melee brown bears, which I'm really happy about. At least I can. With my modded class, the Orphan. What else? What do I want in Vintage Story? Honestly, there's a mod that I'm using that I wish was vanilla. I'm able to grind bones into bone meal and then roast the ground up bone meal for lime, right? So I don't have to fucking search for hours and hours trying to find limestone, marble, or chalk. I can just save up my bones while I play and then use that. Okay, we heated everything up. 6 pumps. So let's make our pickaxe first. Pickaxes, 2 of them, and then we have to make a shovel and a falx blade. The pickaxe head is hot enough where if I just dunk it in the water, it should get a bonus. With a 5% chance of shattering, though. Maybe I'll do the fire clay thing. Hang on. Yeah, so that should be quenched once. I'm cool with it. We don't need to do the tempering for durability. Yeah. So now we have to make another pickaxe, I think. I may still decide to quench them again or whatever, but we run the risk of breaking them if we do. Whereas right now they are smith, they already have a bonus, so. I would hate it if I lathered fire clay on it and then had the pickaxe break, right? Because we have such limited iron. Okay. We now have 2 upgraded ones. Now we need to make a falx blade and a new shovel head. We'll need a new axe soon. I already have a spare hammer prepared. Okay, we got 10% more power on that shovel. And now a new falx blade. Right here. I prefer the falx blade over the blackguard sword, honestly, just because the falx blade loots enemies for me sometimes and helps me to save time on a skinning animation. I really don't care about much else. Okay. This hammer is about to break. I'm gonna grab the other one. Let's heat this up just a little more. Try to give it that, well, shit. Okay. Try to give it a power bonus, right? And then I think for the sake of it, I will make one more hammer. We have 2 new pickaxes, 1 shovel, 1 falx blade. All of them have been improved in some form or another. Yeah, stalactites and stalagmites is a good idea too. Yeah. I heard there's a mod that does that. Yeah, maybe they should make like a tiny beehive kiln that you can make early, where it's like you can make stuff, but it has significantly less available like volume for making stuff. You know what I mean? That would be cool. All right, let's whip together a new hammer. We don't need to do any sort of tempering or quenching on this one. Yeah, never let yourself only have one hammer left. Okay, there we go. We now have plenty of pickaxes. We need to go do some quarry mining. Get more chert stone. And I'd like to start producing our next batch of flour as well. So we'll put that into the grinder. Deposit the pickaxe, the spare shovel, the spare falx blade. Although I guess I could just put that on the little stand here. Yeah, it's pretty cool. All right. And the wrench I will put right here. All right, we're good to go once I deposit that spelt grain. We even still have a little bit of food for the quarry work. My quarry for chert is not far. It should be directly to the east over here. Okay. Oh, right. If I'm gonna do quarry work, I need I need a hammer, and I also need my plugs. There we go. We can bring a tin bronze pickaxe to that treasure hunter trader pretty much any time and get that first quest destination. Resonance Archives, I believe it is, but we won't be doing it until I'm decked out in full steel armor. Anything less is suicide. I've seen some Giga Chads just fly through it, running around throwing spears with like nothing on. I'm not doing that. That's ridiculous. Here we go. Here's our quarry. Okay. Oh, wow. Close that. So we'll get some chert just as a natural byproduct of clearing the top, but then we'll get the majority of our chert from this, doing the actual quarrying. Hammer the plugs in and it gives you a massive lump of stone that you can take home and process with various types of hammers to get various types of blocks. Okay. This is kind of an outdoor cave, but it looks like my quarry is done. Hey. A ruin. Empty chest. Aged short bed. Loose rusty gears. 4 pieces. Well, not much in here, but that aged short bed. I wonder if I can get like the best quality bed from here. Like, do you think that's what this bed is? Maybe. We'll mark it and find out later. Possible best bed. Okay, we marked it. We can check it out later and see what's what. Are you on wilderness survival, Gavin? Yeah, I would feel way too scared doing it with anything other than just like full steel plate. On wilderness survival, every creature gets a 50% damage bonus, so the 20 damage that a nightmare drifter usually does becomes 30 damage, right? And then your armor is factored in. Oh shit. I lost a couple of my pins down there. Let's put that down. Maybe that's where I should continue doing my quarry work. I don't know. Or I could double back and go that way. Oh my god. Nice. That was some clutch fighting there. Oh my god, dude, there's so many monsters down here, like... For old time's sake, let's do a stone search here, see if there's any marble. Nope. You gotta go, pal, sorry. Oh my god. Now that I got my plugs, I need to get the hell out of here, man. And this is with low rift activity. This is insane. It's fucking dark down here, man. Let's heal up. We're missing enough health. Hey, temporal gear. All right, I need to grab one of these chert rocks so that I can make myself a grindstone out of it. Oh yeah, the top. Hang on. All right, hang on. Let's just put that there. There. I got it. We can make our grinding stone now. Let's get the hell out of here. I don't even want to be here. Oh my god. How am I going to get up there without building a wall? Weapon. Hang on. There we go. All right, we can start quarrying that way now. Let's eat. Oh my god, this very high rift activity means we're barely gonna get anything done. Crazy. Yeah, there's just endless monsters streaming in. Okay. When you play Wilderness Survival, you're going to be faced with the difficult question of do you play with a map or not? I will tell you from experience that playing with the map is totally viable. I've done mapless playthroughs a lot. Like, I got really good at it. I always knew where home was. I could always find my way back. But I recommend if you do another playthrough, try to generate oceans and continents. I've been having a lot of fun with that, and it justifies letting you use the map. Right? But I do think everyone should try mapless at least once, just to appreciate the map and the ability to make waypoints and stuff. I eventually developed like an internal compass. Like, I always knew where my home was, and I seldom got turned around. You can't even have coordinates on regular wilderness survival. Holy shit. Oh, beating the game, Etienne, would basically be like completing all of the story objectives. There's a limited number of them. And each of them typically has like bosses or very dangerous threats that you need to watch out for. Okay. I might get out of here now. I definitely have enough chert to make the grindstone and also build the rest of my cellar. So we're just gonna leave. We did good, and we found that ruined bed, so if I make some glue, we can try to repair it and see if I can get like a high quality bed. Oh my god, I almost entered the rust dimension. Okay. Very high rift activity at the moment. All right, we have a lot of stone slabs. Let's get these broken. We can break them down with our rubble hammers. Let's eat. Oh yeah, and we have an iron rubble hammer for after this bronze one breaks. There we go. I'll be able to make a lot of chert cobblestone with this. And we're gonna make that grind wheel for sharpening our sword. Okay, there we go. Now let's leave the rubble hammer behind. I got some rusty gears, temporal gears, flax fibers. It was a good run down there. Deposit the arrows, get rid of the slate. As far as this chert rock goes, I want to make a grindstone, so we already have our hammer. Let's grab the regular chisel. It's the only one that's valid for crafting. And then put the hammer down. Okay, that's how we do it. So I have a chert grindstone made. And with that, I can make the grinding wheel, which is going to require our saw. Planks, axles, nails and strips, and boards. Right. Nails and strips, planks, and we have axles in here. There we go. I now have a grinding wheel. Interesting. It looks like it's gonna need mechanical power in order to grind anything, though. Well, I can't use that. Yeah, I wish there was like a foot crank for this instead of it needing mechanical power. Yeah, that's stupid. I feel like you shouldn't need an entire ass workshop to use a grind wheel. You should just be able to make a pedal. Let's deposit the hammer. I mean, I could build it. It's I don't know. It doesn't seem important enough to have a little bit of a critical hit chance, right? All right, let's continue building our cellar. Our improved cellar. There we go. Much more availability of chert cobblestone now. All right. All right, so this now counts as a valid cellar. I'm gonna have to evaluate the effectiveness of it though, because I do have those wooden stairs in here and I don't know how they're influencing it. We're gonna need light sources in here. I think a couple of wall-mounted torches might do it. Okay. Now, let's deposit our little tin bronze splitter plugs here. And let's start carting everything in there. We have all that blue clay in the chest right there. And I can take 2 containers in there at once. Albeit with movement speed debilitation. Okay. There we go. This is almost a spawn-proof room. I would need a little bit more light over there. All right. Well, we'll see what we can do. We're finally moved out of the old cellar, but I'm also gonna have to carry my wine in here. Very nice. Everything's in. Let's eat. I'm gonna have to make more pies soon, but we're in a good place to do that now. I have more spelt grain right here, or flour. Let's make some rye grain as well. I think this is as good as it gets before temperature, like below 0 temperatures come into it. Yeah, I think this works. And just to test it out and make sure, I will wall that off. And we'll see if it improves without access to the wood, which it does not look like it is. Yeah, okay, good. Put the stairs back down. Let's start grinding the rye. Although we're gonna have to wait till we get some wind back. It's gone for now. All right, that will do. New cellar, boys. I'm gonna make the central one be the one where I keep the important shit. Okay. And I'm gonna want to change up the floor as well. We could have a wooden floor in there, so let's get it done. There's another oak tree ready to be cut down and harvested. Automatic storage and crafting mechanic, eh? Does it like fetch items from your containers type thing? 7 times 7. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49. Okay. All right, we got to move these back. All right. There we go. Beautiful. Now I have to bring the wine in here. We need the wine. We only have a couple of barrels to bring in, mind you. If I'm moving when I pick it up, I won't be as slow while carrying it. It's basically an exploit, but I love it. I fucking love it. Okay, we brought it in. Okay. Hell yeah, buddy. Oh, Valheim has the worst storage system, Etienne. I feel you on the Valheim. That, oh my god. I had to install a mod to increase stack sizes, honestly, in order to like deal with it. Okay, I could hang that from the ceiling, but then the light wouldn't really reach anywhere. But that does spawn-proof the space. Just doing that. It looks like it anyway. Yeah, let's put this down. I'm gonna want one more ceramic vessel later, but for now I don't really need to worry about it. This is gonna be for juicing, so we'll put that one right here. And then put the flax grain in there. We still got a lot of space for more veggies and stuff. Let's go grab the juicer and then dismantle the old wine cellar. Oh, buddy, it's almost time to start building our actual new house. We're not going to be living in a dirt box anymore, but you know what? I love that dirt box. I'm proud of it. My early game base is always great. You know what I mean? I got really good at building dirt boxes. It's a fancy pants dirt box. Really fancy. Let's gather all this stone and replace it with dirt. We have no shortage of dirt for that purpose. I'd also like to go take a look at some of the cranberry bushes and see if planting them in medium fertility soil has somehow changed the nutrient density that they have access to. I'm gonna have to make more pies after we eat this last slice, but I'll at least get this dirt filled in first. And we're gonna make a lot of pies. We're gonna really load up on some cooked food. Okay, there we go. Let's eat. Grab some dirt. Well, there we go. Nice. We engaged in our first bout of casual terraforming. Not bad, buddy. Not bad. I didn't know that having 2 buckets could be useful like that. You can kind of fill it up faster. Anyway, let's grab 15 oak wood. I can also start a new barrel of rot now, which I will do. Make some more compost. And then we have to go bake some pie, right after I go check on the cranberry plants. There we go. Let's go deposit. I do still have some barrels, right? I think I left them inside, but we're just gonna make another. There we go. Oh my god. You scared the shit out of me, dude. Okay, he got 1 clean bite on us, but we're alright. No bones. I guess they can't have any bones show up on the... Oh wow, all of the bees are ready for harvest with the exception of 1. Jesus, okay. I need food, but I can make time for this. I have to just make sure I don't harvest all of them. There needs to be 1 more populated skep, and that's this one right here. Alright, so let's go replace 11 fucking skeps after I set up the rot here and seal the barrel. They still haven't given birth yet, but it'll happen. Yeah, let's go. I need to craft and replace 11 skeps. I might even want to just eat some meat stew. I don't know. Maybe I'll eat a few of these to tide me over. We need some fruit nutrition anyway. Deposit the bushmeat. Yeah, heal up. I'll want to make more of those bandages here soon. Grab the cattails, the clay. I made 8. I need 3 more. Which unfortunately would require more clay. Alright. That'll do for now. Oh wait, I have more clay. What am I doing? Alright, fair enough. 1, 2, 3. Right on. I'm so happy to be wrong. All the bees are back in order. They're gonna populate and spread over time. Now I have to go cook. The flax is growing nicely, but we do need to keep on watering it in order to make sure that it's going to be fully grown in time. All right, one more, and then we can make some pie. We are very likely to get the harvest on our second flax plants here. But honestly, it could go either way. It gets cold fast around October, so we'll have to just wait and see how it goes. Okay, let's make some pie. It's time. And we have that new adjoined cellar to the kitchen. I can use that lamp for something. Okay. I might want to just get rid of this structure. Now I can just come back here to check on the leather. And I might want to make more honey sulfur bandages. But we will need a bowl for that. I almost never cook meals in cooking pots. So I'll keep my bowl in here for whenever I have to make more bandages. Maybe I could use a bucket. I've never really tried to use a bucket for it. So I'm going to try right now. Here, fruit press. Put it down. Put a bucket down. Close that. All right, so we need cattails, sulfur powder, and honey. Yeah, it doesn't look like you can actually use the honey in a bucket. You have to use honey in a bowl, which is kind of annoying. But I guess it is what it is. I might want to make another bowl, like a backup bowl, you know? Okay. I think I'll make a double batch. Yeah, there we go. We have some extra bandages that we can store. No more sulfur. Oh, we do have a little bit more sulfur powder. Okay. I'll leave the bowl here. We have our box full of blue clay right there. I don't require this door right now, so we'll deposit it. All right. I'm gonna make another couple of torch holders for this room, but I can't do it yet. Not yet. I would need to get more brass, right? So we have some spare bandages. I guess I'll just find a place to store them in here. Oh, right, this is my cellar now, so this is where the fat and the hides have to go. Fresh for 4 hours? I need to get those in a batch of leather. I need to go hunting, like, soon. Other 0.28. My cellar effectiveness is not as good in here now. I wonder why. Yeah, my cellar effectiveness is definitely worse. I'm not sure how. Not by much, but it's noticeable. Yeah, I don't know. Either way, I guess it doesn't have to matter. I just have to make sure that I go out of my way to hunt a couple of animals before those hides go bad, and we can start another round of leather. Oh, honey. And I have to bake. Fuck, we got a lot going on. Let's eat a couple of honey. I need the fruit nutrition anyway. So I think, I don't really remember. I'm just gonna take a look at my little tips thing here. So vintage story tips, oven efficiency. 6 firewood can do 64 vegetables and 32 flour per oven. However, now it's gonna be 32 vegetables, 32 meat, and 32 flour per oven. Alright. Sure as shit don't have 32 meat. I can't believe these are only gonna be fresh for 3 hours, dude. That's insane. What are the odds that I could... Ugh, fuck. Like, hunt a couple of boars around here before I start to go hungry. You know what I mean? Although I would need to hunt, like, 3 boars minimum. I could just make veggie pies in... Oh, a boar. I'm calling bullshit on medium rift activity. This is apocalyptic level spawns right here. Alright, I got 2 hides, so we're at 33, and I've pushed the timer, the freshness timer, on the medium hides that are in storage. And I got more meat for pie, but not enough. I'm probably just gonna make vegetable pies for this batch. No cranberries here for collection. Let's heal up. Pretty sure I'm not getting any of those. Maybe this one. Hell yeah. Poor kid. Okay. 2 more large hides. Let's eat a little bit of cranberries. Where the fuck is it? Well, I have no idea where that caribou went. Oh wow. Okay, that's probably it right there. Thank you for the shout out, Etienne. I really appreciate that, buddy, and we'll see you in a little bit, okay? It's been good to catch up with you today. Got it. I'm hoping to get enough large hides for that last batch of leather. And then maybe I can use the mediums to make clothing. And I think that with that, we now have it. Yeah, so let's head back. I can either make like rawhide clothing for winter out of our surplus medium hides, or I could convert them into pelts for fur clothing. Either one is valid. Let's finish these cranberries. I gotta cook pretty much the moment I get home, but at least now I have more meat for pie. So let's begin those leather batches now. I'll eat another couple of honeycombs. We could use the fruit nutrition anyway, and that'll tide us over till I can cook. And let's deposit these cranberries next to the juicer where they belong. Okay, there we go. We are now producing the first batches of leather. Well, the first round of the third batch of leather by this point. Let's grab some water. I gotta leave behind the watering can and then we'll start cooking. Oh my god, a boar. You played yourself. I wonder if there's another one. Oh yeah. I could harvest my cattail trail pretty much any time now. But we have no dire need of them. We're ahead of the game there. All right. You know what's actually really funny that I notice? Using 2 bandages at once is a recent glitch in 7 Days to Die and Vintage Story. Do you think it has something to do with the engine rather than the game? Maybe it's like a Unity problem or something. I don't fucking know. But I'd find that interesting, how you're seeing the same glitch in 2 different games that are voxel based. You know what I mean? Very interesting indeed. Anyway, I don't need that much more meat to do like a double up, but for now I can do 1 batch of pie at least. Yeah, 32 meat, 32 veggies. And 64 flour. Actually, I need half as much flour as that. Okay. So let's begin. We're gonna have to start by hydrating this flour. And then we're only doing one of these ovens for now until I can get my hands on more meat. But we are doing like shepherd's pies again. We're doing the meat and the veggies. I tend to prefer that. Okay, we have 8 pies to bake. And that's going to be 32 slices. I'll eat 1 honeycomb to tide me over until it's ready. Beautiful. Pot pie. If we didn't have the greenhouse, then we would actually be reaching points where our crops could not continue to grow. So it's a really good thing we have that greenhouse done. Now, what am I doing with these? I could make more clothing, of course. Rawhide tunic. There's a rawhide mantle. Rawhide leggings. So I made a tunic, a mantle, some leggings, and the hide hat I don't really think I care about because it doesn't even give me as much temperature insulation as the straw hat does. So I think these last hides I could just like use oil on and fatten them, make pelt. There we go. Use them to make fur clothing later. All right, let's get started working on our beehive kiln. It's time for us to make those cream bricks and really start building a beautiful house. So we're gonna need the mortar, and we're also going to require our fire clay bricks, at least a lot of them. I need to make apparently like 55 brick blocks and 9 brick gratings. Now we need the gratings. Okay, so we have 9 gratings and 55 fire clay bricks. Good. Now we just need to get a whole bunch of iron. Yeah, I have to make a kiln door too, which just requires a lot of iron. I'm gonna need 6 iron plates, 4 iron rods, and 4 nails and strips, but that's a pretty easy work order if I'm just making iron. So let's just approach it like we would anything else. We're just making iron. Okay, I have fresh clothing for when it starts to get really cold. Store it in here for now. In fact, I think I'll make a chest to hold our clothing. I still have fire clay bricks left over for actually making iron ingots, which is good. I'm gonna wait for this. I want to make sure I have enough time to cook all these pies before it loses its temperature. Once it hits 160 degrees, I can no longer bake pie, but it takes about 10 degrees per bake, so we're good. All right. I believe I can make 2 more bloomery things. Yeah, 2 more. It takes 12 each, so. But that'll allow me to make a lot of iron. In fact, it'll allow me to make 6, 12, 18, 24, 32. Wait, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42. I can make 42 iron ingots, which should be enough for what we need, I think, to make the beehive kiln. And after I make that, I'll get a refund of some bricks and I could make even more, right? So, we're gonna deposit everything that we're gonna need to make the beehive kiln, and we'll store it with the winter clothing. I have mortar, don't I? Yeah, I'll store the mortar in here. Anyway, I gotta take a piss. I'll be right back. Hello, rain check. And I think I'll warm up my coffee too. Alright, I'm just waiting for my coffee to warm up. Okay, my coffee is hot and I'm ready to get back into it. I am really feeling those passive cigarette cravings though. In a way, today, day 3 is a lot worse than day 1 and 2 were. Because now my body knows that it's like, it's really craving now. But we just put it out of our mind and we keep busy. I have to build the beehive kiln, which involves mining for iron. So we're going to go back to our magnetite vein. I'm gonna bring my backup sword just in case. And I can empty this chest if I put the blue clay into the chest way over here. It's amazing how quickly the storage just goes, but that's kind of why I want to build my house. Is because if I have a house, I can build large wooden storage trunks and never have a problem again. Maybe I should harvest the cattail trail now. We're not going to get many more chances to harvest it because I think they might stop growing in the winter. Scythe. Of course. I can't do one fucking thing. You know what I hate? I actually think right now, for some reason, the portals have been over-tuned and the monsters have been all over the place for like an in-game month. I don't know if there's like bad months and good months type thing, but it's just felt like we've been constantly getting harassed at home. I have no idea why. All right, let's try to get all these. It might take a while to harvest all the cattails, but let's be honest, it is way less grindy to do this than it is to just go out there with a knife in the middle of a lake and harvest them one at a time, right? At least this way I'm getting 6 per swing. It's a nice consistent rate of return. It happens very fast. Alright, I hope you have a good sleep rain check. We'll see you later, buddy. Okay, there we go. Plenty of additional cattails. We are going to need more clay soon enough. Let's deposit the scythe and let's go. I think I'll put it over here, make the blade more visible. Okay. To the iron mine. I'm always on the lookout for more cranberries. It's kind of hard to find them though. Wait, where's that boar? Oh, there we go. I can't pass it up. If we want to make that next batch of pie, right? We kind of need it. Okay, we had to go out of our way a little bit, but we got it. All right. Getting real tired of the portals near my house. Always near the house. All right, deposit those. I think I'll start storing the honey in here. Make more room for the grain, the meat, the pelts. And put these in there. All right, let's go. Ripening when? Ripen about 0.7 days. I guess I'm one of the lucky ones when you think about it. My wife, she hasn't smoked cigarettes in a very long time, and it's because she has an artificial tooth, like an implant, right? And when she smoked cigarettes in the past, it like came loose and fell out. So now she's just of the mind that she can't smoke even if she wants it. And this lump in my throat it's kind of given me like the same sort of vibe where it's like, I would love to keep smoking, but if I have a fucking cancer, I'm not going to nurture it, right? And even if it is just a swollen lymph node infection, who knows what that could snowball into. It's one of those sucks but it's okay things. All right. We got some cranberries on the way to our iron mine. I'll check these cranberry bushes and then we'll double back to it. Because any one of these could be ripe. All right. Here's the iron mine right there. All right, down we go. And we got some iron to collect. The mine is deep, very deep, but my nutrition is good. We have a lot of extra health. We're decked out in leather armor, so although we'll be in danger, there are at least a couple of mitigating factors for that danger. And I went to the liberty of sealing off all the paths that don't lead us to any more iron. However, wait, I feel like I wouldn't have left that open unless it led to more iron, right? All right, it does not. We're good. Hey, thank you very much, Side Order. Goddamn. I really appreciate that. Food on the table, shelter over my head. You know how it is. Thank you. A buck for luck, right? Except now it's 10, so we're gonna have the best day ever. You turned today into a win, buddy, so thank you. I am gonna want to gather a lot of iron here. A lot of it. It looks like we've hit a dead end in the iron mine. I'm gonna wall that off. That's all you gotta do. Every time you reach the end of a vein, just wall it off, and it helps keep your iron mine organized. It makes it easier to find the exit. I didn't block off the paths with my first iron mine, and it literally felt like a fucking maze in there, you know, so hard to find your way out. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate having you in my corner. It's been weird. It's been weird. I built such a strong North American audience, right? And then moving to Europe, obviously the time zone change. For a while, it looked like it was just I was going from one success to another. Like my views were crazy good, but it turned out it was just a glitch on YouTube's part, and it ended quick. And now we're trying to get back to where we were. But I'm happy I at least got to taste the success that we seemed to have before, because maybe one day I can get something approximating it here in Europe. I won't know until I spend a lifetime trying, so here we are today, doing what we do. All right, let's grab this shit up here. There's a lot up here. God, this is like a full-fledged extension of the vein. I am gonna need a lot of iron for the amount of bloomeries that we're making all at once. I'm very excited to get started on producing the cream bricks and building our actual house. And after that, the goal is going to be like making steel, right? Finding more fire clay, making a cementation furnace. We're going to go far. We're going to have a lot that we're going to want to get done, and we can totally do it. And I gotta make a sailboat. I'm hoping I'll be able to make a sailboat and tailored gambeson armor, but I don't know if I'll be able to do both. I might have to settle for just making the sailboat and not doing the tailored gambeson. But we'll see. We'll see how it's looking after I get that harvest of flax before winter. Let's eat. The bottleneck for how long I can stay down here is definitely going to be my temporal stability. If that plummets too low, I'm going to have to leave, because as your temporal stability gets lower, the enemy spawns that you can see get higher. We're talking not just quantity of enemies, but the level of the enemies. So when you're high temporal stability, you're likely to see, like, you know, maybe like a tainted drifter or a tainted bowthorn, but if you get low enough, you might start seeing bellhead shivers and other fucked up abominations that can just decimate you. And that's the last thing we want. See that? I just got ambushed by a stealthy tainted drifter. He hit hard. I have good armor, but if that was a nightmare drifter, it could have been a lot worse. All right. I'm gonna seal off that pathway right there. I do have to get out of here very soon. But in sealing off that path, I have reduced the likelihood that another monster will flank me. Hello, Claire. It's good to see you. And we'll see you shortly, side order. Good day. Good day to you, Claire. Welcome home. You got anything else to do today, or can you kick your feet up and relax for the rest of it? Did I just hear a drifter, by the way? I thought I heard a monster out there. God. All right, let's just try to get 10 more. Finish building the stack. Temporal stability is getting very low. Yeah, I definitely hear something. Let's grab this and get the hell out of here. It's time. I might have to fight my way out, though. Okay. That path is done. That path is also done, I think. Yeah. It should be a straight shot to the exit. We got a tainted drifter. Yeah, let's get the hell out of here, man. More monsters. That's a nightmare drifter. Okay. Oh, see, if I didn't wall off all those paths, they would have a direct line to reach me. Holy shit, dude. Well, we took him out, and we got the loot. Okay. Let's get out of here. Look at that, though. I got most of my temporal stability returned to me because I got those kills. Which is honestly pretty cool. I might actually go back to mining now. That was very dangerous. 95% done for 2024, eh? I was several years behind on my taxes too, a couple years, like a year ago. Damn, end of May. Right on. What are you making for lunch? Dazzle me, huh? What are you thinking? Yeah, that was 3 nightmare drifters. That was 3 of the monster that killed me in the last playthrough. That's crazy. I mean, now we have the leather armor and everything. But still, they could have fucked me up. They could have fucked me up. It's always dangerous. I'm hoping to get tailored Gambus and armor. Once I do, I become capable of surviving multiple hits from enemies even that strong. Yeah, tailored Gambus and armor is extremely powerful. And very durable, easy to repair too. Booty puckered 3,000. Put a chicken in the oven with some potatoes and make a salad with it. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I love roasted chicken. Okay. Yeah, just by killing those monsters, I was able to restore enough of my temporal stability to stay down here for much longer. We'll end up getting far more iron for the mining trip this way. It'll be worth it. Okay, this path is now depleted of iron. We can seal it off. Mining is a very, very dangerous activity when you're very deep underground. Yeah, because like I said before, if your temporal stability gets low, then the monsters that can spawn, their quality level gets higher. So like regular drifters or deep drifters, they become nightmare drifters and corrupt drifters. It gets a lot worse for you. You're almost a new woman after getting some sleep. God damn. I wish I didn't know exactly what you mean. Yeah, I relate completely. Yeah, being underslept, it really takes the wind out of your sails for like the whole day. Shit, I'm starting to hear more drifters in here. I'm gonna seal that passage off. I might stop something from getting through. Okay. Oh, yeah, speaking of cave-ins, holy shit. Where is this anyway? I need to get a look around. Oh god, it's so... Okay. Yeah, there's a drifter right there. Looks like a corrupt drifter from what I can see. I don't think he can get here though. We need to get out of here soon. I can't stick around much longer. It's becoming too dangerous to stay. But we have enough iron now where if I get out of here clean, alive, then I won't need it for a while. So we'll try to just stay safe, get out of here. Blocking off the passages is a really good idea because a lot of the monsters, they spawn in places that I've already blocked off, right? Okay, that's actually a way back to our exit right there. Oh my god, hi. All right, we broke our other sword there. He just dropped a temporal gear. Hang on. I have to grab that, block that off. Now, we're completely done with this path here. So I have to block that. This is a dead-end dud right here, so we can block that. Block that. And this. Yeah, we're just trying to make sure there's only one path that I have to actually follow. Okay. We're on our way out. Nice and safe, nice and slow. Emphasis on the slow part, because yeah, see? Go slow. You don't know when there's a drifter that's gonna, like, jump out of the shadows at you. Slow is smooth, and smooth is fast. Okay, there's a crawling drifter over there. He's gonna have an easier time reaching me than the others. Shit. Everything's different now because of that cave-in. Hang on. Go. Alright, this is the exit right here. Hell yeah. All right, let's get out of here. It's easier to fight nightmare drifters when you're flat to them, right? Like when there's no terrain difference between the ground. Like I was fighting that one in the previous series on a hill, so it was really hard to like hit it and not get hit. Okay, let's get out of here. I dare not stick around when the mining trip has gone so well already. We have a lot of iron. Our temporal stability is nice and high. Let's eat. A little slice of pie. We're very deep down there. It's extremely deep. The spawns are stronger down there than we're used to. I will feel a lot safer once we have tailored gambus and armor. But for now, we do have a boatload of iron, and that'll carry us. We're gonna make our beehive kiln. Oh, Claire, I made changes to the base. You haven't seen them yet, but I'll show you when we get there. We made big changes to the base. I completely redid the cellar. It's in a new place now. Nice. We got more ripe cranberries right there. 6 of them, no less. Ripe. Very nice. We're working on our 3rd barrel of wine. Ripening, flowering, ripening. Holy shit. Boat horns are annoying on their own, but boat horns and shivers at the same time are actually pretty dangerous as a combination. You have one to shoot arrows at you from far away and the other one to just chase after you and maintain constant melee pressure. A very dangerous combination of enemies. But I want to get as many flax fibers as possible. That's why I'm going out of my way to make sure we do some fighting here. Alright, my armor durability is good, with my torso being the most damaged part, but I'm pretty sure I can repair the torso. Hang on. Yeah, just as long as I have, leather, I can repair the armor pretty easily. We have to deposit all this stone. Okay, I made a whole bunch more fence segments. Okay. There we go. Inventory's kind of clean. I need to rotate over the leather batches. Jesus. Okay. We got a lot of heat in the area. Okay, we have to scrape these and put them into the tannin. There we go. Okay, so Claire, our house changes. Yeah, I built this entire addition to the workshop, and it's like a cellar. So we go in, we can turn right, and we have like a walk-in cellar here with our wine barrels, our storages, you know? And it's attached to the kitchen. So it's like nice and close when we want to use it. Don't mind all this. These are going to be gone soon. Those are only there because I have to make iron. Hell yeah. Did I mark the spot? Yeah, we know where it is. I won't get cocky and die. I need this playthrough. I need it. Gotta stay alive. Okay. All of these have been set up. All right, now let's get them all lit. After I deposit the food. I can actually make a lot more cranberry juice, and I can make the next batch of pie, which is good. We'll stockpile it. I love being able to make pot pies now, dude. God, I just used 2 bandages again. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Using 2 bandages is also a glitch in 7 Days to Die, so I think it must have something to do with voxel-based games. Maybe the engine that they're built on or something. Anyway, let's make all this. I'm gonna have to do it in 2 batches. Otherwise, I won't be able to juice it all. How are we doing on this anyway? 12 liters only so far. Okay. There we go. We're halfway to our 3rd barrel of wine. Yeah, let's get all these lit. Now, I might want to stagger them. Because if I stagger them, depending on the wind strength, I might be able to make really rapid progress on the processing of them. So we need to sleep for like an hour and 15 minutes. So we're waking up at 4:30. All right, now. And then light this one. We may get screwed over. I don't know what the wind strength is going to be, but we're going to hope that we have suitable wind strength. Plug in the hell of hammers. Get some more sleep. Okay, that'll do. Now sleep till 7:30. Sleep again until maybe like 9. Okay. Now sleep again till 10:30. We got 1 more to light. So now we sleep until 12. All right, we lit them all in a staggered fashion, so we're gonna have to hope that we have wind. If not, this will be like a lot more tedious and grindy, but whatever, right? Like, it is what it is. Having a workshop is good and everything, but it doesn't always end your troubles. Deposit the bones. I need to place the quern back down, and then we have to hang up that torch and get rid of the coal. Let's sleep for 40 minutes. I have to get up at like 1. Yeah, we pretty much have like no wind right now, unfortunately. I could just wait to process these until we had wind and then heat them all up, but yes. Oh my god. The wind picked up a little bit. And it's back down. All right. You never know. Maybe we'll get lucky and have enough wind to get this done without using much coal on the forges. The wind is bottomed out again. I'm gonna have to start heating these up, so let's put some coal in here. Yeah, the windmill nerf was... I'm hoping it was a little too heavy in the dev's eyes and that he's gonna kind of change it a little bit, because I feel like now, like, the windmill went from being something god tier goated to being something that, like, helps, but in a labored and slowed down fashion. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't do for you what it used to do for you. Let's eat a slice of pie. I noticed that, like, I almost never have workable wind compared to before, when you would have wind regularly enough to rely on it. Now it's like you never do. hoping that we'll see an uptick in the general wind speed while we're doing this ironwork. It would be nice. But it seems like every time it speeds up, it just slows down again, you know? Like, it would be okay if we consistently had 20% speed, but I feel like you spend most of your time with 10% wind speed these days. You know what I mean? Like, it's overtuned in a negative way. We're gonna have to bring it back up to some level of basic function. They're not even moving right now. It's crazy. All right. We do have a lot more bloomeries to go, so I'm hoping we'll get more wind speed before we finish. Like 40% would be golden. 40% is just the magic number where it really works, you know? So I'm hoping we get a speed boost that doesn't just immediately go back down to 10% sometime in the next 6 business days. God. Clearly I picked a really shitty time to light those. I should have waited until the wind had been 0% for a while and then done it, but I didn't want to wait to do my iron processing, you know what I mean? Yeah, this is fucking tedious and dumb. Okay. Alright, you know what? Like, fuck this. I'm just gonna put some fucking coal in these forges. I'm gonna sleep. And we're just gonna hope that when I wake up from sleeping, we'll have more wind strength. Because I can't keep working at this snail's fucking pace, right? Like, it's ridiculous. This is boring and stupid, so I'm gonna sleep. Okay, so do we have better wind strength yet? Not really. Yeah, I'm not gonna work on this until we have more wind. I'm getting frustrated with how slow it is, you know? All right, that's better. Let's grab up all these and start heating them up. It's far from ideal, granted, but at least now we're gonna actually get it done fast instead of sitting around with our dick in our hands, you know? Okay, let's get these lit. All of them. See, that's wind. That's what you need, is that level of wind. But the wind just seems to fluctuate too much. Like, it's going all over the place. At least right now, it doesn't seem to be falling below 30%, so... Okay. Let's bring these up to a workable temperature and then get started. See, that's fucking wind. That's what I want. Wow, that like immediately cooled down the moment I took it off the forge. What the fuck? That's not right. It's kind of weird. Yeah, it's not supposed to happen. There. As long as we can get these done before the get these done before the time freeze wears off when I place the ingot, we're good. And it looks like we can with relative ease, so you just gotta put it down fast enough before it starts cooling down. Once you place a HUD item on the anvil, it gets like a pause on the cooldown timer, and you can use that pause to make progress. See, this is what a Hell of Hammer setup should be providing you with. Wonderful automation, where it just feels like you're accomplishing so much with so much less effort, you know? This is what we needed. Although that's cooling down already. Okay. This is Hell of Hammer. Straight up, this is what you want. Just, they're constantly moving, constantly getting something done. some of them just seem to cool down so much faster than others, and I have no idea what's causing it though. That's the issue, is that like I'll put one on and I'll be able to finish it before it cools down, but then I'll put on another identical iron ingot and it just cools down before I can finish it. And there's no change in the speed of the hammers either. It's just, I don't know what's causing some of them to cool down and some of them not to. All right. But we'll get done whatever we can. I gotta admit though, I much prefer this to whatever the hell. See that one? This one just cooled down immediately and I have no idea why. Like, I have no clue what's happening here. Some of them cool down instantly once I put them on the anvil and other ones don't. See, and this one stayed hot long enough to actually finish. It's totally random. Like, I have no idea what causes these variations in the function like that. We're gonna have to top up all the coal. Oh shit, yeah, those went out. Okay, let's light them. Okay, you now burn yourself whenever you stand on a forge. That didn't used to be the case. It makes sense that it is. Put that down. I think I should be able to finish the rest of the iron now. My awesomeness is draining the heat. I'm sorry, I'm kind of neglecting chat a little bit. I'm getting carried away with the iron. Yeah, the inconsistency is annoying. So in 30 minutes, eh? All right, we're pretty close. Thank you for letting me know. Maybe around the time we finish this iron, it'll be a good pivot point. I want to ask on the Vintage Story website, actually. Let's go to the forums here. Discussions, suggestions, questions. Okay, questions. Yeah, start new topic. Processing iron blooms. Some cool instantly after placing on the anvil. I'll have 8 forges running, all of them heating up iron blooms for processing with my Helve hammer setup. Sometimes I pick up a bloom from the forge and place it on the anvil, and the temp remains at 700 the whole time, allowing me to fully process the bloom before it cools. Process the bloom into an ingot before it cools. But other times, I'll place the bloom onto the anvil at 700 degrees, and it will instantly start ticking down in temperature. I know there's a temperature freezing mechanic where hot items placed onto the anvil will have their temperature upon placement maintained for a certain amount of time. What I'm wondering is, what my question is so my question is, why isn't the temperature freeze applying to certain blooms? It seems totally random. And I don't think it's intended that you can remove a bloom from a forge, place it on an anvil, and have it immediately begin cooling down. Seems like a glitch, right? Okay, there we go. I gotta eat. I guess it was kind of excessive for me to light up all the forges. I'm starting to realize I probably could have just lit like 2 or 3 forges and called it a day, instead of lighting up all of them, like all 8, you know? Okay, the last of the blooms are now on the forges. We haven't had one instantly start cooling down in a while. We're just about done processing all that iron that we made. I think it was 7 blooms worth. Oh, this one cooled down right away. See? Yeah, no idea. No idea what causes it. I'm gonna have to, yeah, let's amalgamate all this iron into one stack so it's not like, you know, a whole bunch of different stacks. We have a lot of iron. This one cooled down instantly. Put that one there. That one just instantly cooled again. It's so fucking weird. Anyway, this is the last one we have to finish. After we do this, we're good. There we go. Yeah, we're done. So we have 37 iron ingots. Oh shit. Well, I forgot about this one. That's okay. Oh wow, 5? Okay, I have 5 more blooms to do. But we'll just, yeah, we'll do it with 1 forge instead of 2. So we'll actually have 42 iron ingots when we're done. Oh my god. I hate how that's my kick viewership, is just Discord scammers trying to get like my credit card information or something. We're gonna need the anvil put back. Yeah, I multi-stream. I'm on Kick, Twitch, and YouTube. All right. We don't have that much more to do. We're almost done, and then we can turn over to the next episode. And then in that episode, we're going to make our beehive kiln, and we're going to start making the bricks that we need to build a good house. I tell you guys, you are not ready for the beauty of the home that we are about to make. we're gonna have a lot of smelting to do over there. After. Well, a lot of forging, not smelting. Smelting's done. Forging has to begin now. All right, there we go. Alright guys, I am saving the game and quitting, and we're just gonna start the next episode, okay? Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, Claire. Ugh. Yeah, we're coming right back. I'm pretty sure I've even already scheduled the redirect that we need. I'm just gonna double check, but I'm gonna transfer you guys over to a new episode because YouTube requires it of me. I won't get paid after 4 hours. Only when there's new updates or content. All right. Yeah, there's not enough game yet there to Subnautica. I'm gonna need a little more. Yeah, we have the redirect going into episode 11 already. And I have all those settings done, so let's grab the title. All right, guys, I'm ending the stream here. I'll see you in episode 11 in 2 minutes.